So, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a Slan Mage of Life. We have a big banana toad here, the banana splits. And, yep, just standard healing spells. Double Sara Scar Veteran on Velociraptor for anti-large to goon any of the Shaggoths or Big Chaos SEMs. Saurus Warriors, Cohort of Sotek, Chameleon Skinks on the flanks. We have a couple spears as well. And that appears to be it. Not like a lot of hard armor piercing, so might struggle against like a Mass Chaos Warrior line. Oh, never mind. Making me eat my words. We have some clever girls down here, so better call Chris Pratt to handle these. And then we do have the Bastillodon on the Ark of Sotek. Very, very cool, man. That is going to be it. So now looking at the Chaos Army, it's going to be Chaos Marauders into the Sunset. A couple Chaos Warriors mixed in. We do have Trolls, so the Troll Soul may be paid here. Even start trying to make him, pay the Troll Soul. So it's going to be basic Chaos Trolls, Armored Chaos Trolls, Horsemen with Throwing Axes, very useful for focusing dinosaurs. And this is going to be one of the biggest problems. Archaon riding his tiny little Chaos Pony is going to be the big threat. He hits super hard. Not much in this Lizard army is honestly great against Archaon, except the Sara Scarvets. The Scarvets are going to have their hands full. If they get efficient trades versus Archaon, the Lizardmen will probably win it. But Archie is going to be a bit of a problem for sure. Very disruptive, very, very powerful. Marauder Horseman throwing axes, going to need to get on top of the Bastillodon. The Ark of Sotek is going to be launching snakes everywhere. So the snakes will indeed be on the plane. They will. A couple hounds waiting in the bushes over here. I like this. Chaos Warhounds. If you break a Saurus unit or something, you can just like chase them off the battlefield, make sure the Lizardmen can't like rally in the late game. Because Lizardmen do have insane leadership. Like really, really good. Like 82 on these Saurus. But they can still be broken. So having a single hound unit in land battles in general is just super valuable. Even in domination mode, it's like chasing a unit off the edge of the map can be good. Although in domination, sometimes if somebody's forgotten a unit, you want to like leave it there so it doesn't go back into the respawn pool. Bit of an interesting one there. His horse looks so ridiculous. I know, it does. I haven't seen the new Jurassic Park Warhammer. I've not. All right, so on the far side, Marauder Horsemen going to be circling about. Lizardmen looking to be the aggressor, so they're marching. Probably don't want to march too fast. You can see Evenstar is like walking his formation, so his units don't get tired. Just the little things can add up. Look at the dreaded Chameleon Skinks in the bushes. So annoying. Pushing back the Marauder Horsemen, wasting some of their ammunition as well. Yeah, Lizard's just kind of forming ranks. Chaos is going to be advancing. You can see Chaos coming with a little bit of an envelopment over here. So they do have the old Marauder Horsemen. So there's going to be two of those bad boys. In the meantime, Chaos advancing in the front. Chaos Marauders and Trolls looking to make their opponents pay ye old Troll Toll. We'll have to find out, see how it all goes. Yeah, I love Archaon just riding a tiny horse. I hope that's something that Creative Assembly fixes someday, just like the mount sizes. Because like for some factions, it's fine. If you look at like the Velociraptor cav, it looks reasonable. But when you see like these like mighty Chaos Knights riding like, tiny little show ponies, it's just like the most ridiculous thing ever. Pretty funny. The Ark of Sotek's going to have a lot of work for it. Yeah, the Trolls, slightly problematic, but there are Sara Spears, which will wreck them. And double Sara Scarvet, I think, is a really, really good choice. It could deal with a lot of the Chaos threats. Chaos looking to do skirmish, so Chaos playing that really, really kind of poke game against the Saurus, but they do have the shields, although I don't know if they're facing the right directions to get the benefits of their shields. And Evenstar, yeah, with the dreaded 6 horseman build. So 1, 2, yeah, he's got throwing axes. I think he's got 2 axes and a couple basic variants as well. So something that Tretch needs to do also is like maneuver his army to face his opponent. Yeah, he needs to like move up and like reorient his army, which he's going to be doing now. Chameleon Skinks are very cost effective here. They can super easily screen out a lot of these units, and you can see they're doing it pretty well. Yep, Marauder Horseman just kind of staying back. It looks like there's going to be a fireball. Archaon is the wielder of the flame. And where's the fireball going? It's going down here. All right, a little bit of a hit. I mean, it takes out maybe 7 or 8 models from the cohort of Sotek. Not like super devastating, so probably just save your wins for burning heads, to be honest. So Chaos taking up formation here in the forest. I don't really know how the Lizardmen got tasked with defending Altdorf, but we don't ask questions here. Certainly one thing Game 3 has done very well is the city maps are really, really cool now. They're really, really cool. Excited to kind of play some of those in the campaign with like Empire and all that stuff. I think that's going to be rad. Yeah, Lizard's just skirmishing, just poking, exchanging javelins and little poison blow darts. Very, very standard for Warhammer 2. Skink cohort's also pretty good at this. Archaon might come in and try and get a little bit messy. Is he going to do it? And where are these Sara Scarvets? Tretch a little bit out of position here. Tretch needs to get the Sara Scarvets over here and needs to get them going after Archaon, the Ever-Chosen. So Archaon is going to be pulled back here. Takes about 200 damage, so not bad. Little skinks, they can go home and tell their giant Croc-Score friends that they were able to kind of stick Archaon, the Lord of the End Times, with the blow dart. I'm sure they'll be very, very excited about that. But nonetheless, Evenstar very hesitant to engage with his infantry. doing a lot of Marauder Horseman skirmishing. You know, you can see a little bit of a spread of damage on the Lizard army, but it looks like the first fight is indeed going to happen here. So I would imagine the Saurus warriors will move up, start fighting some of these Marauders, and all will be good in the realm. So here it comes. The Rumble is now on. Chaos has pulled the trigger. You can see the armor, the slow, inexorable advance of these foul Chaos warriors. Cohort of Sotek does not want to be attacking Marauders. You want to make sure they're fighting Chaos warriors. That's going to be the best bet for them. But nonetheless, the Chaos warriors will probably pile in and fight them. We get the big snake moving in, and it looks like the first Chaos Marauder unit is going to be in trouble, but you have to be really careful if you are Tretch. If you start losing Saurus Scarvets to Archaon and he's able to isolate them, and they're not fighting together, then that is how Chaos wins the game. Because without the Scarvets, I don't think much can really kill Archaon. Nice burning head there from Evenstar. Beautiful. Goes down the Chameleon Skinks and the cohorts. Really, really good value here overall. Now, on the side, Saurus Warriors versus Chaos Warriors should be a relatively kind of, wet noodle fight there. But yeah, Archaon killing a Saurus Scarvet this early is a pretty big disaster. Slayer of Kings is active. That's going to give Homeboy like almost 1,000 weapon strength. And look how badly that Saurus Scarvet is getting its butt kicked. Regrowth does come down. He does break, and that guy should just be off the battlefield, honestly. So a little bit of a sloppy control there from the Scarvet, but it's all good. Happens to the best of us, man. Now, Evenstar is going to be coming in for the steel chair in the back, looking to get the Chaos Warhounds on the Chameleon Skinks. Although a nice little block here, and the Regrowth does stabilize the Scarvet. I mean, it looks like he could rally any second. Evenstar is not right on top of him, so there is a chance that that bad boy could come back. Now in the front, we do get the Ark of Sotek battling against Trolls and Chaos Warriors, and overall in the front line, it looks like a little bit of a even trade there. But yeah, that Scarvet running is very rough. Is Archaon going to spend the time to chase him off the battlefield, though? That could give the Lizardmen a little bit of a reprieve from Archaon's magic, and because if he's chasing it off the battlefield, there's not going to be burning heads here, and that will give the Lizardmen a little bit more time to function. Now, there still are Saurus Spears. Archaon, very healthy, and it looks like he is going to be going for the chase. At this point, I think you have to. This Scarvet is just too healthy not to chase off, and if it comes back, it could still be like a pretty important player in the battle for sure. How are the Trolls doing? Is the Troll Toll being paid? Is Danny DeVito enjoying this? It looks like some of the Trolls are going to be terror-routed by the Ark of Sotek. Big, scary Bastillodon, which I actually think Lizardman Monster Mash is going to be crazy good in Domination mode. I think just like Bastillodons with like Croxagors and shit, just like rushing up on the points is going to be very, very tough for people to stop. So yeah, it looks like the Trolls do pay the Troll Toll. They're pretty healthy though. They'll come back. Trolls are, known for breaking. As far as the rest of the battle goes, it's a pretty even bounce of power. Archaon has almost fully chased that guy off, so Archaon has slayed that unit. Banishment coming in, might as well sacrifice the remaining Saurus to the old ones, and if it drags a couple screaming heretics to the warp, I think that is going to be worth it for sure. Looking around in the front, Trolls have moved back in. The Saurus Spears moving on up, so here comes the Saurus. You can see the tail whips coming in from these bad boys. Oh yeah, look at that. Pretty glorious stuff indeed. Look at the glorious Velociraptors. I really like the Clever Girls. They actually wouldn't do bad against Archaon either, and they're chasing the Trolls down. If Evenstar does get his Trolls routed off by the Clever Girls, that's going to be unfortunate. And yeah, Chaos is losing the infantry fight pretty bad. The only thing they were really dominating in, of course, is the leadership situation. Snakes being launched everywhere. It looks like these snakes were able to chase off the last of those Chaos Warriors. A couple skink cohorts trying to route Chaos back into the bushes from whence they came. But these Feral Cold ones, one downside of them is they do Rampage, but they're very cheap, so that's not a huge deal. Dude, Chaos Trolls are so scary looking. I feel like that'd be one of the scariest things to fight in the old world, for sure. Like, screw that, man. They could, like, pull you apart and just, like, are just massive and terrifying. Like, imagine being, like, an Empire State Trooper having to fight that shit. God damn. That would suck pretty bad. So, yeah, Chaos has got a lot of its horsemen. Lizardmen won the infantry fight and the troll fight pretty decisively. Chaos is probably going to kind of devolve into a little bit of a kiting game now. They still have a lot of their horsemen, right? So we got 2 horsemen here for Chaos. 3, actually. 4 and 5. All of whom actually have a little bit of ammo left, so Chaos is a little ahead on the bounce of power, I think. They of course, still have Archaon, who is an absolute world beater. On the back side of the map, we do have someone who's come back. Nope, it looks like Chameleon Skinks getting chased down. So very good stuff here. Little tiny Chaos Warhounds generating massive value. And that's the thing. You break something, like a Hound can accrue thousands of value for you by chasing down, retreating units, essentially. But if you're Evenstar here, you use all of your ammo. Like, you don't engage the Lizards. You just try and kill the cohort of Sotek. You try and kill whatever source you can, and just live your best life. Trolls, and that also is really good for Evenstar because it buys time for his Trolls to heal, right? Check it out. So Chaos Trolls, there's 12 of those. Chaos Trolls here, we have 8. We do also have 8 here, and there's a lot of healing they can still do. So this is great for Evenstar, dude. This is really good. He could just sit back, let Archaon take a little bit of a breather. Archaon's a little out of shape, so, you see he's winded, so. I can't really, see the Lord of the End Times, huffing and puffing and actually being winded. I feel like if, Chaos really was helping him out, he just wouldn't, have cardio issues, right? Yeah, I mean, I guess you kind of see that reflected more in the Slaanesh units. They have, a lot of them, sometimes have, perfect vigor, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, if you're even star here, you just poke. You just poke and buy time for your trolls. That's it. And that's exactly what he's doing, and he's doing a good job of it. So a couple of the skink cohorts from Tretch are moving out. It looks like here we do see Tretch going to be trying to face the trolls. The trolls are healing very, very happily here, so here they come. They're moving on up. They're moving on up. Trolls hanging back. Marauder Horsemen, a little bit of raiding. Archeon going to be dropping a burning head on probably the Scar Veteran. Okay, going after the skinks there. Did a little bit of damage. I still feel like saving wins for a burning head would be better, but I don't know how the Winds of Magic are right now. Obviously, in Game 2, Winds of Magic works differently. You have like, the recharge rate is different. In Game 3, it's much better. Game 3 does do some things better, and that is one of them. Winds of Magic, it recharges at a very steady rate, and it's much more clear how it works. In Game 2, it's a little bit tricky. Your recharge rate can get very, very slow at certain points, but even Sarge is harassing, trying to wear him down as much as he can. Still got to put some respect on the lizards, though. Like Arc of Sotek, healing, spears, launching snakes when they come in. Terror routes on the trolls are big. Oh, but does Archeon have the Crown of Domination? Oh, that's so good. That is so good. So check it out. Archeon, guys, has the Crown of Domination, which gives an AoE aura of immune to psychology. That is really good. That is really good. So that's going to be giving the trolls immune to psychology. So they will not be running. So right now, even Sarge just kind of harassing with his horseman, which is exactly what you could do. He actually forces Tretch to overextend with one unit, and it looks like one of these skink skirmishers might get caught out here. For sure, get some horsemen and ride them down, although, they might be able to get back, and Chameleon Skinks of Tretch are more or less out of ammo. So here, lizards are trying to chase Chaos. You can see the Star Scarvet is going to be trying to kill some of the Chaos Trolls, and some of the warriors are sacrificed, so some of the Chaos Warriors are moved in there. Oh no, not again! That Scarvet needs to get back. He overextended in once again. Archeon comes in with a huge cleaving hit, and Shield of the Old Ones goes down, which does give ward save against all damage types, and the spears are doing good, mind you. They do have anti-large for Archeon as well, who's on his horse, but you're going to need some milk here. Burning head coming in, that's going to be big. These Saurs just get absolutely roasted by the fire of Archeon. Archeon is certainly such a metal character here. And yeah, the Scarvet's putting up a good fight. He's getting those anti-large attacks. Slayer of Kings is active, but the Bastillodon comes in. He's not going to let his friend go down. And I would imagine Snakes will be launched relatively soon, but the ITP on the Trolls is really, really good for sure. Hadri says he's going to go fight Chaos with Cardio. Hey, good luck, man. Treat yourself. Nice banishment coming down from the Lizards. Look at this. That might actually be square right on the face, and okay, not bad. It actually does tear through some of the Chaos Marauders and the Horsemen here. But overall, this is kind of the last stand of the Lizards here. Are they going to be able to hold back the tides of Chaos? Marauder Horsemen swarming in, but as soon as the Horsemen move in, the Snake Launcher launches its snakes. Trolls coming after the Giant Battletoad, and the Saurus Scarvet really possessed by the Old Ones here, putting up a great fight against Archeon. Largely due to the fact that he did get a regrowth, but the Saurus Spears are now gone, which is going to be very problematic for the Lizards, because now they could potentially be surrounded, and it seems that Evenstar has the tools to chase down any unit that routes. So basically, he can hunt down any of the spears, any of those wild units, and it's going to be very tough. But again, Saurus Scarvet, if the Scarvet somehow manages to beat Archeon with the Bastillodon, then yeah, like Lizardmen do win this game probably. Oh, look, we have some Saurus Warriors waddling back in the distance as well. Very, very scrappy fight. Looking at what Chaos has left. Their Trolls are still healing here, so chasing the routing units of the Trolls is pretty cost effective. But Archeon stands alone, man. Saurus Scarvet is cold-blooded. It's Rick James up in here, man. And that is going to be stopping Rampage. And Archeon getting attacked by the Battletoad as well. So Trolls piling in from all sides. Trolls will hit pretty hard. Might be able to put some hurt on these guys. I wonder how much longer we have on the Snake Launcher, and if we have more heals, and that answers my question. So there is going to be a regrowth going down on the Arc of Sotek. That is so incredibly strong. And now that Archeon is moving away from this blob, the Crown of Domination there is going to be able to not going to be able to help these guys. So there's potentially going to be terror outs on these Trolls right here, which is going to be pretty scary. That regrowth is super clutch though, man. Healing up the big Bastillodon, helping its vigor, Shield of the Old Ones coming down, Snakes being launched, Horsemen being broken, Terror Route going down. If Trolls get Terror Routed too many times, they can actually just shatter. I can't remember the count. I think it's 3. If there's three routes, I think a unit just like straight up shatters. It's hard to say. But look at this, guys. Tretch is still very much in this game. Like, the Terror Routes might just be too much. Archeon needs to be a little bit more active. Like, I think Evenstar needs to get Archie and just be cycle charging into the side of this Arc of Sotek here, while staying away, because he's just kind of letting his Trolls pay the Troll Toll right now, and they're eventually just going to break. This is a very, very tight one, but honestly, I think Tretch might be able to win this. The Battletoad is getting shaken, though. Okay, if the Battletoad breaks, maybe not. Shaken Trolls here. Aura of Pretzel is active, armor and melee defense, and the trolls are broken and are going to be taking some casualties on the way out from the Ark of Sotek. Now we get Marauders moving in, so even Sar just kind of sending in sacrificial units to obey the attacking rules, essentially. And yeah, he's got some units kind of recovering back here. The armored Chaos Trolls are healing, and many of the trolls have returned. The Battletoad, if there's another Earthblood in here, dude, that is going to be very, very tough. Everyone shatters on the 4th route. That's what I thought, yeah. But the trolls are back in. Cascading Fire Cloak active, very nice. Going to be giving them extra armor-piercing damage. The Scarvet, got to be careful. A little bit surrounded by trolls now. Ark of Sotek hasn't gotten the terror out on these guys quite yet. No snakes to be launched. This is, I think, a pretty big blunder from Evenstar. Like, Evenstar could be way more active with Archaon here. I know it's slightly risky, but I think if you just charge into the back of, like, you watch where the Scar Veteran is hanging out, and then you just, like, attack the side of the Bastillodon, because the Bastillodons cannot turn fast enough to deal with that. And the snakes have been launched again, so the snake launchers are out. These trolls are wavering, negative 14, and they are going to be breaking and running for the hills. So down you go, my sweet prince. The other Chaos Armored trolls trying to fight here as well, but the snakes once again are launching all over their faces, and they will probably break in a moment as well. The trolls are getting a lot of value from the healing though, and finally Evenstar comes in with Archaon. I don't know what was taking so long with that, but it seems that Tretch was kind of ready for it. He was waiting with the Shield of the Old Ones. He does pop that. He gets a nice little leadership up. Trolls are very close to wavering. Is the Sar Scarvet going to be able to get in there? The Bastillodon breaking is bad because it gets rid of the terror route for the lizards. Its leadership is at 2. It's very close. Archaon is getting attacked by the Scarvet. He took a little bit of damage, but I think Chaos is just barely going to win this one. And you see what I'm saying about Archaon being a little passive there? I think if he had just done that earlier, it would have changed the dynamic. And now that the Snake Launcher is gone, the Chaos Chaff can basically move in there and really punish the Battletoad. Army losses kicking in. Very, very well-played series here by your boy Tretch, but in the end, Evenstar showing why he was the Warhammer 2 World Champ. Well played. Great game, man. Great game. Scrappy as hell. And honestly, if Tretch didn't lose his other Scarvet in the beginning to that like kind of misplay, I think he wins that game. There was, you know, in his Beastmen game, he almost won it, and here he almost won it too. Just a couple small mistakes, but if you make those type of mistakes against, you know, very high-level players, it is going to cost you. So Evenstar will advance on with a 2-0 victory, and now we have our grand final here. So